Hello and welcome to the walkthrough of Surfboard. In this tutorial, we're going to go through a blank model, right? There's nothing in here, just one linked model with a few levels put in, and that is all. So we've already launched Surfboard here. So we clicked our little icon and launched Surfboard. So we're going to go through each and every one of these: lights, receptacles, switches, aux sensors, smoke detectors, electrical panels, wall and ceiling horn strobes. Within each of these, the layout is very, very similar, where we're going to pull the room names from the linked model. This is directly from the architectural model and as well as the ceiling heights. With lights, there's a few things that you can do. And again, each one of these is going to follow a similar pattern where you're going to go to a default menu, and this will allow you to quickly and easily put in a Revit family. Again, I've already got these preloaded. Let's say that you want 4,000 lumens, 40-foot candles on average throughout all of your fixtures. And then the one thing that we're going to do here is go through the coefficient of utilization values. So what we're going to do is go and pull up our BLT. So with this, here is our coefficient of utilization value. This is on a Lithonia fixture, nothing crazy, very straightforward on how to do this. So, right, we've got our Lithonia BLT troffer, and then you scroll down to the pages that nobody ever reads, but we need them. So we're gonna go down here and you're gonna basically choose your coefficient of utilization value based on the floor, ceiling, and wall reflectivity values. So something you'd put into basically any other lighting tool, you're going to put in here. So this second row, 80, 50, 20 as our ceiling, wall, and floor values, 80, 50, 20 right here. These are the numbers that we're going to put into Surfboard. So that is what I'm going to do. And then we'll go ahead and hit OK. So we'll update those. And then as you can see here, all families have been now populated throughout the entire model. So we'll select everything. And then what we can also do is, like in the conference room, we'll change it to a different type of fixture. This is a skinny 4-foot fixture. And you can update those coefficient values as well. So you go find the cut sheet for it and then update your coefficient values here. So for now, we'll leave that alone. But again, if you needed to change any fixtures, and we'll go ahead and just throw in a another fixture type here. We'll throw in this X emergency fixture. Again, we're not doing emergency calcs. We're doing the lumen method, so even illumination across the entire work plane, which allows you to have a single value. But just for example purposes, we're going to put a X fixture in the men's room. And then if we come up here within, let's just say the corridor, we could go and we can pick another fixture type. So actually within the corridor or within the instruction rooms, let's go ahead and we'll put in hold on. We'll just do it in the women's room. That'll be the easiest. We'll do it in the women's room. We'll put a downlight in the women's room, round downlight. Again, it's going to do the upgrades for us. 2,000 lumens. Yes. And then we only need, say, 20-foot candles, and we'll do the same in the men's room, 20-foot candles here. So again, very quickly, easily go through. You can also host to a reference plane that needs to be created within the model first if you would like to host to a reference plane versus hosting to the ceilings. So again, a few of these have been unchecked, like the lounge, the stair, since there's no ceiling height in there. Again, you can go through and edit those as well. But that's basically lighting. It's very straightforward, very easy, and your entire model is going to get populated very, very quickly. Next, we're going to go to receptacles. Within this, again, same format, right? We've got room names. We're going to have families, types, and then you can also do quantity per wall. And then there's a different placement strategy, which we'll get to in just a moment. So first, you're going to pick your default device, let's just say a standard duplex, and we're just going to put one per wall as our default kind of value here. So again, populates everything in our list. We'll select everything, and then let's go through and make a few selections here. So within the computer lab, let's just say we want 2 per wall within the computer lab. And then in our instruction rooms, we're going to actually change this to a perimeter spacing. So this works great in like multifamily or anything else that you might have to where you want a value of distance spacing from the door and then your interval spacing. So like 6 and 12 feet or around a conference room, anything like that. So we could also do the same thing in the conference room, but here we're just going to put 3 devices per wall on every wall within the room, except on curtain walls. So no curtain walls are going to have devices populated on them. You will have devices that are populated below walls though, or below windows. So you don't have to worry about that. But if it's a curtain wall, it will not place. So in the restrooms, we're going to do GFCIs 6 inches from the door. And I think that's it. Those 2, right? Men, women, toilet. Here we go. 6 inches from the door, GFCI. Again, we can also do standard 6 inches from the door, and we'll do the same in the electrical room. Just one device 6 inches from the door. Again, very simple. Go through and place, pick your strategy, your type for each and every room. And it's going to pull the height out of the family. So it's going to be very simple for you to put those throughout your model. And this is for all wall mounted devices. It's going to pull the family height out of your family. So again, we just want to switch next to the door. 1, perfect. And actually, so we can go back here and change. So if we wanted a different type of switch, so this is the one that I had. Let's say that we want, any different type of switch. So lighting switches, here we go. And we'll put a dimmer next to each door. So again, it can change all those families very, very quickly throughout your entire model. So we just need a single pole in the electrical room, or maybe a timer, whatever you would want in there. Storage, single pole. So again, you can go through and pick and choose what you want. In here, if we had like an aux sensor or anything like that, so there's the aux sensor within the men's. We'll do the same in the women's, same in the toilet. So again, if we just need a single pole in here, aux sensor here, aux sensor here, aux sensor here. Again, we could have gone back and just reselected that we want aux sensors everywhere, right? And these are going to be wall mounted occupancy sensors, to be clear. This aux sensor is our ceiling mounted. So if we wanted both, whatever we needed, and then you can change your coverage diameter for this accordingly. 25 is pretty standard across just about everything. And then we'll just select everything. We'll just put wall mounted aux sensors everywhere, except let's take out dry storage, the electrical room. We'll take out lumen in the corridors, since we've got the wall in the bathrooms, sprinklers, prep dish. Again, we'll take it out of storage, toilet. We'll leave it in the vestibule. All right, there we go. Very simple, very easy. Quickly place aux sensors across your entire model. And then you can change diameter or pick a different type if you chose for each space. Smoke detectors, again, if you need these across your model, and maybe you only need them in a few places, right? You might need them just in sprinkler, in the electrical room, storage, wherever you might want to place them. So there we go. Few smoke detectors, and we're just going to put one in the instruction room. There's a lot of instruction rooms in this model, so we're just going to place those so we can quickly see that it does work. Electrical panels. So with this, you're going to just choose kind of your normal type of panel, and we're just going to put 2 electrical panels really within each electrical room. So if I select all, it's just going to pick anything that has electrical in the name. But again, if you wanted to place these in any other room type, feel free, be my guest. Next, wall horn strobes. And again, we're picking our default menu and our most prevalent device type. So again, we can go through here and say what we do or don't want. So no corridors, and then you can go through and adjust the candela rating for each of these throughout, so if we only need 30 in here, we don't need anything in the sprinkler. Men, I know that bathroom's smaller, right? We'll leave them in the stair. We'll leave them in the vestibule. We'll leave it in the prep dish. 30, 30. All right, there we go. And again, you can make those changes throughout, and then we'll just put some ceiling horn shrubs in the corridors. So just standard ceiling mount piece, and we'll put that in the corridor. So this is very, very simple, very straightforward. Then we're going to hit run all. You can run each of these individually. You can pick your own families, but for now, we're going to run all. So give this a few minutes to do its magic. Guys, the biggest challenges that you have, and the reason that we developed Surfboard for you, is you typically don't have enough time, right? You're out of time on most of your projects, and it's just a crazy busy thing. You're over budget. That's a huge problem. Huge problem is being over budget. You're ridiculed, laughed at for being over budget notoriously, and it's just become like a running joke. Let's be honest. Honestly, you're looking for people to help you get through your projects. It's not easy finding people. It's not easy finding people that are talented and skilled in Revit. And it's a big deal. Plus, you're having your engineers and higher paid people, frankly, do a lot of drafting. So you're really overpaying for drafting, and Surfboard is going to really help you to decrease that. But again, you're looking for a lot of people. It's a big problem. You can't find enough people. Again, you don't have the time to even go find them, and especially because you're over budget, and then you're looking to set some standards, some typical layouts, some typical features, and that's really tough. But guys, our mission here at Kowabunga Studios is really to give engineers a better life. I'm a professional engineer, founder of the company, all because, frankly, I was so stressed out, so worried through all my projects that I got shingles, right? Here I was on a beach, and I had shingles, felt like I was, going through Mordor, all because I was just stressed out about projects and getting through them. So this is why we do what we do, is to give you a better life. That is simply why we're here, is to help you and give you a better life. And I mean, really, we're here to give you your nights and weekends back, help you make more money on your projects, so that you're not over budget all the time, and you're just more profitable as a firm. And really, you can bring in more projects. So that means more revenue in less time. You can handle more, you can do more, and not have to worry about how you're going to get it out the door. So that's a big deal. And that ultimately, and this is the real key here, is it's going to reduce stress. It's going to help you get through projects faster, easier, better than ever before. So you can focus on engineering, focus on your clients, focus on coordination, focus on all the stuff that you typically don't have time for. And most importantly, you're going to get your nights and weekends back. No more time in the office, late nights, on the weekends. You're going to be where you want to be when you want to be there. And that is the most important thing. You're going to be able to do this in just 3 simple steps. 1, download it, right? You need to download it. Oh, and we're already done here. So we're done just a few minutes. And here's all of our devices. So 642 lights plus 432 receptacles plus 90 light switches plus 80 aux sensors plus 24 smoke detectors. And again, that's only in a few rooms, plus 24 panels, plus 108 wall strobes, plus 13 on the ceiling. There's 1,413 devices in just a few minutes. It's insane. It's crazy. And it's going to help you so much. So guys, real quick, let's just go back real fast. So just again, you're going to download it, do quick training and onboarding. I mean, we've gone through a lot of the training here, and then implement it. This is the biggest key right here. Implement it and use it on your projects. Doing it on everyone is going to save you the time required. And real quick, before we walk through the model, let's just go through pricing. So Surfboard, big return on investment here, ROI. So this is what all principals are going to want to know and what they care about. So what is your investment? It's $997 per month. And let's say, and we'll walk through, how quickly we did. Obviously, you can see 1,413 devices were placed in your model, right? 1413 were placed in your model in just a few minutes. Even if we take the entire duration so far of this module, like 10 minutes, you're going to see just the tremendous time savings. But let's just say in that building was 40,000 square feet, 1,400 devices. Let's just say it takes you a minute per device. So over 60, that's 23 hours, right? And then if we even times that by 50, that's 1,700 hours, like it's just, and it's definitely going to be more than a minute per device, but let's just say that, right? So that's $1,700 or $1,200 right there. But let's say 50 hours on a building that's twice as big, $50 an hour, it's $2,500 minus the $1,000 you invested, it's $1,500. And now you can use all that other time to go and do other things. If your billable rate's higher, this is obviously a lot more money. So your return on investment and your time is just insane. It's totally worth it. And especially in engineering firms with, high value and dollars per hour. And really, this is a low hours estimate just to show you how, much time you're going to save. Looking here, like if this is times 2, right? For if it's 2 minutes per device, between opening up all the views, placing them, doing it like lighting calculations. Let's think about that. All your lighting calculations are done for you in the background. You're not going to have to do any lighting calculations, not open up a plethora of views, all that kind of stuff. And this is just in like 10 minutes. So it's crazy time savings. And then if this building was twice as big, for what we've got here, so we've got 40,000 square feet in the model we just did, and we times it by 2 again. I mean, you're saving, so $5,000 almost minus 997, $3,700 per month is what you're going to save. It's times 12, that's $45,000 a year, 44.5. That's insane value and just a crazy return on investment for your projects. Basically month after month, project after project. And the bigger the project, the more time savings you're going to have. It's something you're going to want to do. I mean, the numbers here, they don't lie. So very simple, very easy. All right, let's go through this. So it's going to show you that, hey, we need to check out a few of these places, but let's dive in. So here we go. Let's sign out. So let's just do power real quick. So power. So within our conference rooms, we put 3 on each wall. If you'll remember, we put 2 panels on each wall. And in our electrical rooms, we got, a receptacle on each wall. We got our switch next to the door, got our fire alarm device, and in some of these, you might have to, worst case, delete, right? This is worst case. Or you pick new, say, hey, we really want it here. Boom, boom. Layout done, right? You're checking through everything and seeing what you're doing. So there's your GFCI, right? That was right next to the door with your occupancy sensor switch. Again, I'm showing everything here in this view. So again, delete, we're good, right? We're here, we're moving. Nothing on a curtain wall. See, this is all curtain wall. So we're good. Again, power, 2 panels, fire alarm device, conference room, 3 receptacles per wall, right? Evenly spaced. There's 3 there. Dimmer at the door. Boom, 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 boom. Again, very, very simple, very, very quick. GFCIs at the doors, aux sensor switches. So if we need to move like this GFCI, so we can see here, GFCI, aux sensor, right? 6 inches from the door, both of them. Boom, boom. All done, all done. Aux sensor, aux sensor. Aux sensors for a bigger room, right? Spacing's done for you. Very, very simple, very, very easy. And this is on every single floor. So let's go up to 2. Again, power. You can see all these, everything laid out. Aux sensors, ceiling horn strobes, 2 per wall in the computer lab, 1 per wall in here. And again, dead center on the wall, dead center on the wall. We're moving, we're grooving. Very, very simple. And on our instruction room, so one of the things that we had here was we did 6 and 12, right? So 6 feet from the door, 12 feet on center, and then we're not going to touch these curtain walls. So that's going to be another piece here. So you'd still have to come back and maybe place a floor box. And if I can grab the actual center of that device, so 12 foot 12, 12. See, there we go. And you might have to come and, put a floor box if you actually need 12 feet around the edges, place those floor boxes in here. So there we go. There's all power. So now lighting, fun stuff, right? And we can go look up at the third floor in each of these, right? We've got all these devices laid out, 2 panels in each room. These bigger electrical rooms have a few more. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. All right. So lighting. Our conference rooms had these skinny fixtures, these typical choppers here, downlights in the women's, and then emergency type fixture in here. Remember, the lounge was not going to be populated. And then we'll need to do a little work in our corridors. But again, by and large, 80-90%, all the rooms done, laid out, ready for you. The one question that we often get is, why aren't these in the grid? Well, when you do lighting calculations, as any lighting designer will tell you, is they're not often where the grid is, right? We've got to always match the grid or have that conversation with the architect in what we're doing. So now here, I mean, these are centered in the room, basically centered. So the grid can shift to the light fixtures, or since the spacing criteria for this is correct, so we'll just take these 16 fixtures, shift them, right? And then they're going to slip right into the grid. Obviously, this is not ideal, as you can see. You might want them like here, right? Like to be centered. But again, we're populating them centered within the room. And then if you needed to rotate them, you could totally do that, right? Select all space bar. We'll rotate those fixtures. But again, so we've got our aux sensor, our smoke detector here on the ceiling, and then our 2 dimmers by the door with our fire alarm device. So again, ceiling plans here, our conference room. So we chose multiple fixtures, and we're really able to quickly and easily populate those. So again, if we look here we go. And then let's just cut a section here. So we'll cut a section through the building. So, oops, go to view, cut a section. And here's one thing. So we've got our fire alarm devices, and because this elevation from level is 4 feet, we're going to actually just select everything in the project, make that 0 because we've got an offset, and then it's going to be back to where it needs to be. Here we've got our switches there at 4 feet, our typical duplex at 18 inches. So there we go. And if we look at this in a little more detail, we can see, all right, we got our lights hosted, our aux sensor or fire alarm device hosted, our smoke detector hosted, our fire alarm devices hosted, our receptacles, switches hosted, right? Everything's where it needs to be in the model, hosted, perfect. Awesome. So boom, that's done. Go through. And then if we look at here, second floor, right? And again, this is a lounge. Lounges were not selected, so we'll have to go back through there. Again, boom. Some of these, again, might need to be adjusted slightly. So we'll hit check none, light fixtures, right? You might need to make some adjustments in here. And like this electrical room, if we go back and look real quick at Surfboard, you can see that if we look at our electrical room, so it's 21 feet basically is the height, which is why you're seeing 10 fixtures, in this electrical room. So with that, you'll need to, you could adjust the height actually, or, we just come through here, we select all of our light fixtures and just say, hey, that's not right. And then we, go and place what we need in here. So again, might be some small adjustments, but again, by and large, everything is placed nicely, easily, evenly through the model. Again, lounge was not selected. So there we go. And then with like this room, you might see some adjustments here. It's because, so they are centered, quote unquote, in the room, but because this room juts into these little like vestibule areas or alcoves, they're centered there. So there might be, you know, some adjustments where you come through like this, check none, light fixtures, right? And then we adjust them in the model to where they need to be. And again, spacing's gonna hold, all that great stuff. So we'll come through and, you know, adjust placements a little bit and go from there. So guys, this is of Surfboard. Again, we're gonna save you a whole bunch of time. Again, you're basically design documents here. You know, there might be an hour or so of cleanup, but within 1 to 2 hours, you've got design documents for a 40,000 square foot building. For the principals and owners within your organization, it's super important. You're going to get through projects quicker. You're going to be under budget. You're going to be able to bill for more and more sooner, which is going to be a huge deal for your company so that you can get paid faster and really just get paid more sooner, do more projects, all that kind of great stuff. You're going to be very consistent, right? This is a machine doing it. And then there's going to be just a few things, right, like that we're doing here that clean up on and make sure that, you know, everything's in its right place. But it's going to allow you to do more QC, more checks throughout your model, and just allow you to do a little better than you had previously and just quicker, right? Check, 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 edit, 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 and move on to the next one. So this is the walkthrough Surfboard. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Again, that was our demo, and thank you for checking out us here at Kowabunga Studios. I'm Dillon, founder, owner, and I did this all for you guys. So we cannot wait for you to try Surfboard. You're going to love it, and you're going to want to use it on every single project. Thanks for watching.